Today we've been covering Zeus basic training. Before we start, we have some configs we need to change. So open up the escape menu, go to configure, add-on options. Under the add-on, we're looking for Zeus Enhanced. It's going to be the very last one. Alright, once we're in here, our first thing we need to do is preferred arsenal, set it to BI virtual arsenal. Make sure you check both placement preview and visibility indicator. And you want to have hide ACE modules unchecked. Then scrolling down a little bit. The last one we're going to change is declutter empty tree. Have that unchecked as well. Once we have that, we're ready to get started. So first thing you need to do when you log in server is go ahead and respawn. You'll have a little prompt that pops up that says you're in Zeus now. Once you've done that, you can press your Zeus pin key to bring up this interface. To explain the interface a little bit, in the top left you have your edit menu. Honestly, you're probably never going to touch this ever again. Top right you have a create menu. This is where you do all your Zeusing at. Below create, you have 5 new icons, units, groups, modules, markers, and recent. For instance, if you click on units, you have 5 more that pop up. Blue 4, Op 4, Independent, Civilian, and Empty. First 4 should be pretty self-explanatory. The empty one are all your static objects you have access to, so like boxes and stuff. Under groups, there's also an empty tab here. Under here, you can find pre-made compositions, so like different fobs and those kind of stuff. Okay. Let's get started. So to rotate your camera around, hold right click, and then move your mouse around. You can pan your camera with WASD. Raise and lower your camera respectively with Q and Z. If you hold shift while you're moving, you go into a little turbo mode. It helps to get around. If you ever hear a Zeus ping, it's going to sound like a little piano note goes off. If you press the spacebar, you'll teleport to the location. It gives you a pretty broad overview, so you just have to like search the area for the trooper you're looking for. Another thing you do, if you bring up the map, you can middle click anywhere on the map to teleport your camera to that position. Pretty useful. That's kind of it for control wise. So what we're going to do, move our camera to the main airfield. We're going to go over to the markers tab. You can pick any marker you like. Once you place it down, you can double click the marker and you can add a name to it. And then you can change the color and alpha however you like. Let's put some stuff down. We're going to start with a standard B1. So go to units, Op4, RD501. Pretty much all your assets you're going to use are coming from this RD501 faction file. There are other stuff like your IG88 droids you can find other places, but most of your stuff will be coming from here. Alright, so we're going to expand the B1 tab. Place down the B1. So you can click and drag this guy around if you need to move his location. You can change his rotation by holding shift and clicking drag in a direction. You can also change their height or altitude if you hold Alt and just click and drag straight up. If you look high enough, you'll deploy a parachute, or you can also just place him on top of a building this way as well. While he falls down, we're going to go place down a tank. So look for under RD501, you're looking for the tanks tab. It's towards the bottom. Place down an AAT, and we have our little manned AAT. If you ever want to set up like a motor pool, so we have guys that are uncrewed, there's a little checkbox to the bottom right that says place vehicles with crew. If we uncheck that, place another one down, we'll have an empty one. Let's toggle that back on. Yeah. So now, next up, you can select our units and press the end key, and they will all explode. This also works for minefields as well. You can manually detonate minefields if you're feeling particularly mean that day. And you can just get rid of it with the delete key. Alright, so we're going to place another B1 down. We're going to make a custom unit out of this guy. There's 2 approaches. You can go to the modules, down the Zeus at the bottom, Arsenal, and just place it on your B1. Once it loads, yep, it's just your standard normal BI virtual arsenal, so I can load in my kit from here if Oxmon didn't break it. And you just press escape to get out. Another option is you can open what's called the context menu. So select your B1, press the V key. You can bring up this entire load interface. And then we're looking for the loadout option. So loadout, edit. So bring up that same menu. There's also plenty of other things, so you can throw a grenade however you like. You'll give out Zeus heals this way, so go to heal all, and that'll fix that. And obviously with captives, and I don't think you have toggle unconscious in here. Yeah, to toggle somebody unconscious, you'll have to go to modules, Ace Medical, and then toggle unconscious on them. Yeah, so we have a custom unit down. We want to make a fire team of this guy. So let's first select them, press Control C, and then Control V. You'll notice it starts with that original B1 we started with. We don't want that. We want this custom unit that we had. So delete those guys. This time press Control Shift C, and then Control Shift V. We're going to make about a fire team worth of guys. Let's give these guys something to do. So select our units, right click to give them a waypoint, and you notice it's going to give a waypoint to each individual trooper. We don't want that. We want them to behave together as a squad. So first we're going to select them all, hold Control, and then click and drag from one unit to another unit, and then they'll form one squad together. So now when we select our B1s, give them a movement order, they'll move that location. We can set up like a flanking maneuver. If you hold Control, you can add as many more markers as you like. If you want to set a patrol path, first we're going to place down Alt right click. It's going to set down this little cycle waypoint. After that, you can hold Control right click and select as many more options as you like. So now they're going to go, as they move around to the waypoints, they're going to, once they get to here, they're going to restart and just go again. And they'll do it indefinitely until you give another command. Let's get these guys some transportation. So units for RD501, we're looking for, where is it? Cars. And we're going to place down the CIS Tempests. Once you have that placed down, select our units. We're going to right click the little circle beneath the Tempest. There's also a faster way to do this. So if you select our units, you can click and drag them directly to that circle, and they'll load up in it. So that can be useful when you actually place it down in there. Let's give this Tempest something to do. So we're going to come over here, right click to give it a waypoint. We're going to double click the waypoint, and under this middle column, select Transport and Load, and hit OK. Now you should come over here and then load as troops. With the Tempest, you might have a couple issues that pop up. If it starts doing a little dance for you, what you need to do is just double click it and move it around a little bit. Sometimes it just won't move at all, and you do the same thing, double click it, move it around. And if that fails, you'll just have to replace your entire Tempest as well, which is unfortunate. Yeah. Next, let's some aerial stuff. So once again, unit for RD501, we're going to look for CIS helicopters, go to the HMP gunship, place it down by our units, select our units, and then right click on our gunship. We don't want the gunship, actually, we want the transport ship. That would help. Is that what we mean? They're good. Right. So when we have HUPs like this, we have something we want to do first. So we're going to go to the Modules tab, or not Modules, but Units tab, go to Empty. About halfway down, you're looking for a section called Signs. Here it is. Under this section, you're going to go to Helipads, and you're going to select the Helipad Invisible. Once you have it selected, go up to wherever you want this HUP to land at. You can place that module down, and just leave it alone for there. And you select your HMP, right click on your helipad, double click the waypoint, and set the transport and load, and hit OK. And you should start to spool up. If you notice it doesn't spool up, your landing pad is most likely too close. And then the reason why we place this landing pad, it's not technically necessary. It just makes some stuff easier for us to land, or it makes it easier for the HP to land. If you don't place it down, AI is going to choose where it wants to land, which is fine in this open area. But if you want to land in a city, he might land where you want him to land. he might land 3 blocks over where he thinks it's safer. This just kind of forces him into landing here, gives him the place to aim for. Now this was a lot of work, if you didn't notice that. So there's an easy way to do it. You can go over to the Modules tab. We're going to look for the Reinforcements module towards the bottom. Place down the Create LZ, and then the Create RP module nearby. And let's see, this guy's going to come over here and land now. Should unload troops. There we go. We can just leave him afterwards. Yeah, so now we have our LZ and our RP. Next, we want to go off to wherever we want our reinforcements to spawn in. So we'll go over here, place our module down. It's going to bring up this big interface. It's not as bad as it seems. Under the side, we want to select Op4, our faction. Scroll down to that RD501 again. Category, TS helicopters. You're only going to have one option here. And then on the left side, same thing. So expand the RD501 tab, vehicle fillers, and then double click on the HMP pillar. You can use any of these other squads as well. It's just the HP filler has like a maxed out load for it. Okay. Under LZ and DC, we're going to do the one that I just named. Vehicle behavior, we want it to RTB and despawn. Insertion method, we want to land. I personally find paratrooping to be pretty ineffective. It deploys the troops over like a kilometer range, and once they reach the ground, they're kind of scattered and kind of useless. Flight height, you can change it to whatever you like. Unit RP, once again the one that we named. Unit behavior doesn't really matter. If they're in combat, they'll instantly go to combat, so you should just leave it as default. Hit OK. Our HP is going to spawn in, fly over to the LZ, and then land, and the troops are going to move over to the RP. Let's kind of go over those options we changed earlier. So earlier we did the visibility indicator and then the like hologram thing. So we're going to come over here, place a blue 4 troop. Let's see if it's going to work. Okay, it's not going to work. Let's place them. So if I place this guy down, is he going to work now? He's going to try to kill me. That's upsetting. But yeah, if you have the visibility indicator on, it will draw a little red line from your trooper to your RP guy, or Op4 guy you're trying to place down. And it does this for every player, so it can get a little overwhelming. And it also does it for Razor as well. So you just kind of have to keep track of whether it's infantry guys you're seeing or Razor guys that are seeing it. Let's go back over here. Yeah, our HP is flying away. Back to wherever we started at. We can go ahead and delete this squad. Next up, we're going to make some things go boom. So once again, Op4, or units Op4 RD501. Looking for artillery. We're going to place down the CIS trebuchet. Once you place him down, go over to wherever you want your shells to land at. Go to modules, fire support. Under fire support, you want the create target module. Place it down. It's going to give you the option to name it. Technically, you do have this attack laser object, but I typically don't do it because I like the things to not necessarily be guided, more just kind of dump fire things. Yeah. Once we have our target down and we have our trebuchet down, now we're going to the artillery fire mission. Place it on your trebuchet. For our mode, we're going to do the target module we just named. Our spread, this is going to do like what diameter it's going to spread around in. So like 100 meters, it'll land anywhere within 100 meters of your waypoint. Fire parameters, we only have one unit. If we place down additional trebuchet here, you can have 2 or 3 or 4, however many you have. And we're going to leave the same, and we're going to send, we'll send 5 rounds. And it should aim, just so you know it works, if it doesn't do anything, one thing can be wrong is the target is too close, or your HEP, or not HEP, your trebuchet is facing the wrong direction. And one should be landing roughly like 20 seconds, I think. Another thing that with our context menu, when you press V to bring it up, you can add editable objects. So if someone places more objects that you didn't place, they won't be added to your Zeus. So to do that, you need editable objects and add and just a radius here. Yeah, there you see the spread kicking in. Let's see. Let's go back over to our player over here. Yeah, this is what the menu looks compared to with the V1. The V1, you have all the like movement order stuff. So for me, you just have like teleport player, teleport Zeus. For some reason you have Lance objects or Lance modules, but they don't really work on friendly players. And you have your loadout and stuff like that. Let's head back over here. I think they might all be done. Yeah, so that's it kind of for the basics of Zeus. Next we're going to go over the modules, just so you're kind of familiar with what you have access to. So we're going to start Third Army Studio. Only thing you'll use most of the time is the grouped teleporters. So you set up like a elevators to different floors of the CI ship. You do that using a group elevator or group transporter. So you have like an elevator section, and you'll have like your original insert method teleporter. So now you have 2 AI modules. You have AI, or Ace AI, and then AI down here. They're very similar. I prefer this group of AI modules over the Ace ones. I think they behave a little better and they have a little bit friendlier interface. Arsenal, Captive, Medical are pretty self-explanatory. If you need to give somebody med terms, let's see if we do it on a trooper. Traits? Yeah, traits. Okay. So select your trooper, press your tilde key in the top left of your keyboard. You have the standard one. Go over to traits, and you want to assign them as doctor under the medical training. And same thing over like if you want an engineer guy to repair vehicles, you do that there as well. And hit OK, and he should be able to do all the medical stuff he needs to be. Alright, here we go. Repair and utility you won't use. For garrison group, we'll go over here. Let's place these guys down. Didn't crash my game. Anytime now. There we go. Alright, yeah, modules, garrison group. You'll notice there's this little ring that appears, and this is where it's going to garrison troop inside that area. If I increase this, it goes away. Bring it back down, it kind of comes closer. Yeah, the fill mode, you'll either use even filling or random. Sometimes random works a little bit better than you think it would. Yeah, for instance, the garrison guys over here and one guy like way over here. The patrol area isn't very useful. So you have ungarrison if you wanted to take him out of that mode. And the patrol area does the same thing. It's just random movement orders. Next up, you have audio. In here, you have play music and play sound. Play sound is a local sound, like an alarm going off. Play music is your global music you can play. Buildings. The only thing you really use in here is your damage building module. So you can place this in a town. Increase to a radius. let's do full destroy. And no effects. And just kind of wipes out the all the buildings in the area. So you can do like a destroy town kind of vibe. Next up, you have development tools. The only thing you're really going to use in here is your execute code module and your export efficient SQF. We're kind of just going to glance over those for now. There's a more detailed guide on the Zeus resources tab in the Zeus Discord. Next up, you have environment. In here, you have two weather options: change weather and weather. Weather is just a quick and dirty, change it to whatever you like. Change weather, you have all these different sliders you can play with. Get things kind of like exactly how you wanted. There are also two time options. You have skip time and set date. Skip time just gives you this little slider. It's kind of arbitrary. Set date, you notice you have this little like daylight indicator, so you can tell if it's going to be dusk or dawn or something like midday. You hit OK and just kind of help with that. Also, you can change the time of year. It actually makes a difference with like how much daylight there is, depending on where the map is technically located. Next thing, we got fire support. You don't really gonna use these ever again. With the trebuchet, I typically do the manual 155 rounds, so you just place them wherever you want, and then you can hold control to place multiple down at one time. I tend to use the 82mm, just because they're less dangerous. Goal with artillery is not to kill them, just to kind of give some ambience to the fight. And then cast we don't really use anymore. We kind of leave it to vultures. They will cast automatically if they're not being targeted by Razor. Next up is the miscellaneous tab. The one you're going to use in here is the group side, so you can place that on a unit, and you can change it to like Opworth. Side relations over here. Yeah. You can also create edit intel. You place this on any unit, object, or player, and then like a shared with take if it shares with the entire group, like it paste up on detail and add your intel text and all that stuff. And this is the one that you walk up to and hold space. So under objects, you have the attach to module. So you can attach a like a beard to a transport, those kind of things. If you want to do that, you have to get it approved by a senior Zeus or higher, but once it's approved, you can use it anytime you want, kind of thing. Under players, you have your create teleporter. This is the standard flagpole teleporter that everybody's used to. And you can also place this on any unit or group or player, or object as well. And it does the same thing. You walk up to it and scroll wheel to teleport. Next up is scenario flow. I don't really use... Sorry. So just something else that's usually here. So I use the scenario name and side relations. Side relations you can just change the blue for. They're going to be friendly to op for. You hit OK and then they do that. Briefing goes up on the map. There's a... I don't have access to that map. But yeah, if you place it down, you can add like certain details that appear on the map screen. Scenario name, I do like to start up my operations with this. Just that little thing in the bottom right. What else? The last one's going to be Zeus. So in here we have that arsenal module we covered earlier. You have a hint. Pops up in the top right corner. You can also do remote controlling through here. So you select your module, select your P1 that you want to control. Or you can also control double click. It does the same thing. And then you have your editable objects button in here. Now this one allows you to edit everything on the map. So when you do your mission SQS stuff, you'll actually go in here and set it to everything. And that is it for Zeus training. So if you have any questions, feel free to Discord or message me on Discord. I'm usually pretty good about getting back to people and stuff. Yeah, good luck.